capitulation. Check attendees capitulation. We're rugging upwards towards salvation. There's literally no risk involved. Just quit your job and leave your family for Abu. It's what Jesus would want, and you know he's never wrong, especially if it's in a song. Abu, I can't live without you. Abu, Abu, I really love you. Abu, Abu, I can't live without you. Abu,
Hi there.
Abu, I really love you.
So before I continue working on code for the next part of the series, I want to answer a question on the forums.
Abu, Abu, I can't live without you. Abu,
Let me just find the post.
I really love you.
Just give me a moment to find the post. And it's regarding how attacking works. Let me just see. Okay, since the user has figured out the issue, let me just quickly explain what he was trying to achieve. So he had a problem. So this user had a problem with the code that we had, right? Because what he wanted was for the character to be able to. So how it happened is that when he attacks, because the attack happens only on one frame, sometimes his attack misses when it looks like it hits, and what he wants to do is to make the attack last a little bit longer. So it works something like this. It actually exists across the music really loud here. And you just turn it down. So what he wants is for the attack, because it only lasts for one frame, right? So there are frames where the attack is out, but then it doesn't deal damage. So then earlier in the topic, I provided some code to him that allowed him to spread the attack out over multiple frames, which is right here. And then the other problem that he had was that because the attack now spreads over multiple frames, right, it deals damage multiple times. So it appears that he has figured out a fix for it, and his topic has actually given me an idea to cover this perhaps in a like 3.75 video or something, just a short video to address this. But let me just since he's figured out his issue, I was planning to use like the first half an hour to address this issue, but if he's fixed it, then I think there is no need for me to address this anymore. Let me just give him a quick reply. I'm gonna ask him to share his code so that it can be used as reference for anyone else coming to the forums. Okay, so let's go back to working on the series then, so we were working on the UI stuff and made a couple of improvements last week with the mana stuff, right? Let me just look through the rest of the posts, see whether anything else is missed out. There is a bug on our forum software where sometimes the latest post isn't displayed as well. That's very annoying. Okay, let's go back to the project. Let me just give myself a quick recap of where we left off the last time. I think I designed a new health, a new mana UI as well. But mana UI is not linked to the UI yet. So the mana is not linked to the UI yet, but what we were seeing is what we were doing last week was getting the where is the player? It's getting the mana to record properly and mana transfers from like we have regular mana and we have excess mana as well, which is all really it more accurately represents how the game works, and you know we don't have mana management spread over a couple of files anymore, which is a big perk. Just get this guy out of the way. So if I heal now, right, where we left off last week was we had some mana here, so when I try to heal, probably more mana for that actually. So when I try to heal, right, any excess mana I have would be stored here. Let me just get more mana so that they can go into the excess. The problem now is I don't have any excess mana units. Let me just add one excess mana unit and just get some mana going. So when my mana is full, then the mana goes into excess mana here and it's limited by excess mana units. And when I restore health, the excess mana actually goes in and restores the regular mana after a while, which is really nice. So this is what I am going for, and right now the job is to link that to the mana interface. So we are creating a new mana UI. I think I was halfway through doing that, and there was this really nice cracked mana box that I had as well, that represented the half mana, but I haven't written any scripts for that, and that will be what I'll be doing today. If I can finish everything today, that would be so great, but I've got to figure out how the art side of things works. So if I add a little crack here for the overlay, I will probably have to do that for this thing as well. Otherwise it will just be this crack here. Otherwise it's cracked here, and this circle here is, I crack this here as well. This is gonna be like that. Does that work? Okay, let's stick with the circle first. Perhaps this image here is not necessary. So then we can just have a regular circle here and broken circle. And then we don't need the semicircle anymore. That can be retired. So the overlay serves as this is the overlay, right? Hi Lucas, thanks for replying to the forum posts over the past week. I really appreciate your help. Hope you're well. I'm really excited about this new mana UI because I think it works well, you know. I'm doing good. It's been a busy week. I've been caught up with a lot of things, you know. There's a couple of exam issues in school I had to settle. Like I have to mark assignments and settle. So I have some students who have grouping issues as well. It's just a lot of admin over the week, you know. It's been hectic, but I'm glad I can sit down and start coding again. I hope you're doing well as well. How was your week? Thank you so much for doing that. Are you working on anything at the moment? Like any game or any project you're working on? Well, it's part of the game, right? With work. So because I'm teaching, you know, there's a bunch of things that come along with it as well. How are you doing? I want to hear about you as well. Everything good on your side? I think this looks so much better, right? When we have an orb that is like half transparent. Mana UI, you don't need image. And the other thing is, as well as the extra fields, right? So this requires us to create additional orbs. I hope you find I hope you manage to fix your headache. What do you think the cause of the headache is? Is it because of stress? Is it a physical thing, or do you think that it may be related to, like, say, a psychosomatic or like a more emotional root?
Brings all the G to the yard, and dang right, it's better than yours. He can teach you, but he'd have to charge. It's the apple that keeps them coming back for more. He pours the chai so smooth and frothy, blending flavors, it's a work of art. He's got the spices, the secret recipe. One sip and it'll warm your heart. Brings all the G to the yard, and dang right, it's better than yours. He can teach you, but he'd have to charge. It's the apple that keeps them coming back for more. Ooh, yeah. My apple brings all the G to the yard, and dang right, it's better than yours. He can teach you, but he have to charge. It's the apple that keeps them coming back for more.
I hear you, I hear you. I hope the best for you.
Jump and jive, feeling alive. Apple style.
Take care and keep me updated on how your issue is going.
Your feet swing to the beat. In this party, we can't be beat. Ladies and
You're a very nice guy and I really appreciate your support.
with a drink that's oh so nice. Carrot martini, smooth and cold. Sip it down, feel your body unfold. Trumpets blaring, drums are pounding. Apple Stasia and his friends ain't clowning. Grab a partner, let's do the swing. We're gonna dance, have the best fling.
Thank you, Lucas. Very welcome. So right now I'm figuring out how I should lay out the extra mobs. The mana UI should be
Drums are pounding. Abu Apostasia and his friends ain't clowning.
should be segmented properly as well.
Let's do the swing. We're gonna
It's great. Game dev is really fun, right? You know, we all join game dev out of passion. Child alignment should be lower center. And I'm going to control the child size, the height. How do I get this thing to stretch? So the fail itself is not stretched as well. When it's stretched, but when it's stretched now it doesn't have any width and height. Bottom center. It's great to hear. I think it's harder to make money doing game there. Unfortunately. Let's hope that one day, you know, game dev gets more attention. You know, like it's more viable to make money within games. I'm tangling with the application to see how the mana UI can be best made. Like so, if you have these extra orbs at the side, I think it actually works really well. So with more of these orbs, it's just gonna fit itself in. What I really dislike doing would be to just use manual offset values for the orbs. If I have 3 of these orbs, if we can just do everything via layout, I think that would be best. 0.9. Squeeze this down a little bit. I used to play a lot of games, a lot less now. Play a lot less games now, just because lack of time, I used to love games, but I think as I grew older, a lot of I just started to find just playing games a little less meaningful. I think that I guess because I've played so many games, right? A lot of them have become predictable to me. And I mean, the recent spate of games over the last 5 or 10 years, 5+ years or so have been pretty homogenized. I think there's still good games, but I just feel like I've tried everything, I've seen some videos of the newer games and they're all filled with like this. It's a lot of agenda pushing, which I think probably is gonna stop. Or at least it's gonna tone down because of all the things happening in the US now. But I actually haven't followed a lot of the new series. I've heard about backlash from The Last of Us 2, like for example, or like with Assassin's Creed Shadows. There's quite a lot of backlash there as well, right? Not sure what they're about. The last I used to play, I love the Mass Effect series, Dragon Age. So all the big games I played from the last decade, and they were still pretty nice, and like Dragon Age is a really good franchise. And of course you have the Final Fantasy series. I haven't tried 16. I've heard Black Myth is good, and I want to try Black Myth just because I'm Chinese and it's Chinese game. So the Monkey King is a very famous mythical character here for us. Like we have a lot of shows about him, and he was like the cool kid. When I was young, I was studying like he was thought to be cool by everybody basically. How do I offset these smaller orbs? That's what I'm trying to figure out now. Because I don't want it to just be, like vertical. Are there any other layout group options? Yeah. Grid of layout. I guess I have to add a layout element. Layout. So if I use a layout group, I'm not able to change the location of these objects. I can't just shift like this guy to the left a little bit. What are your favorite games, Lucas? Let me think about a parallel that Monkey King. The parallel. Who was a good parallel character? The closest character I can think of is how, you know, Marvel portrayed Thor. But it's not as manly as Thor, of course. Like Monkey King, he's a little bit effeminate, but he's always portrayed on a similar power level as like Thor, and he was rebellious as well. I found many similarities with the first Thor movie and the Monkey King's origin story. You know, I know China has its political problems, there's like suppression and everything, but I was really proud to see the Chinese being represented in the international stage, especially with the game. When I saw the footage of the game and I heard, you know, these characters talking in Chinese and with that accent as well, right? So whenever I see Chinese on in Hollywood, they're always butchering the language. Like these characters not speak like in Hollywood, right? Most of the characters, you know, you have a lot of American actors or Western actors, and they're speaking Chinese, and everyone acts like they're speaking good Chinese, right? They're just butchering the language because the pronunciations are all wrong, and then everyone has to pretend that they understand these characters. Like if you ask any Chinese, right, like what most of us will say, what is the guy saying? But in a game, like in a AAA game, when like to hear proper Chinese being spoken it's pretty cool. At least I felt that way when I saw the game. I know there were complaints about it being like not diverse enough and all that stuff. But I don't know what the complaints are, and I mean I thought it represented our legends pretty well, because this was how the shows and the storybooks presented the myth to us as well. How about the legends in your area? Are there games that portray? I know there's Witcher, right? Witcher portrays like Polish legends. But are there any legends or mythical characters that like I'm sure Europe has their own, like every culture in Europe probably has their own set of myths and their own set of gods and everything in between, right? Like when I watched The Witcher and I saw the Polish characters being, especially the creatures, so interesting. Like the first season of Witcher was actually very good, you know, I thought. But after that, it just went a little downhill. Everything became very predictable, and they were butchering the started butchering the Witcher characters like season 2 onwards, in my opinion. Do you have a favorite series, favorite game? What do you enjoy when you were a kid? You know, I probably cannot use a vertical layout group because it just messes up all the layouts for me. Probably have to manually lay out these things here. So I have to split the anchor here and split the anchor to 0, 7 to 1. Then leave a gap in between. Do you think the Austrian legends are based in any kind of reality? Like I've heard about the Chinese dragon and how it was based on, what was it based on? I don't remember. But the Chinese dragon is like a serpent, so it's just like it's like a snake, but it flies, you know, without wings. That's the Chinese dragon. Do you think like your mythical creatures are all based in some kind of legend or some? I mean, it's definitely based on legends, but based on, you know, like creatures that maybe existed in the past. It's pretty crazy, right? If the Chinese dragon actually existed in the past. I forgot the exact story, but when I read that, I thought it was pretty cool. That there was a way for these things to have existed in the past. It's the whack thing. Oh, if you've watched Shang-Chi, that's the dragon at the end. That's how a Chinese dragon should look.
Late at night, me and the bros sipping whiskey, strumming on our guitars. Had no plans, no place to go, but we heard about a treasure hidden in the stars. Yeah, we waited Twitter, me and the crew, hunting for likes and retweets too, screaming hashtags, causing quite the fuss, tapping on keyboards, raising some hell with a buzz. Oh, the tweets we share, the trolls we fall, in a world of hashtags, we found our spot, from the darkest corners to the funniest jokes. Twitter was our playground where we never felt alone. Ooh, yeah.
So here I am shifting the orbs a little bit rightwards, so it matches the layout that the Hollow Knight orbs have. And I have to make the orbs smaller as well. The orbs are not uniform in size. Warcraft is such a amazing game, right? Like the legends that they had with Arthas, and I assume you played Warcraft 3 as well. I didn't play Warcraft 3 a lot, but I played a lot of Dota. Really love that game, man. It's crazy about it. Let me try and make the balls here smaller. So then we have like this cascading effect. So Orb 3 should actually be Orb 1. It should be Orb 1, and I have Orb number 2 right here, and this should be Orb 3. 0.6, 65. Alright, so we have semblance of something here. I hear you. Oh yeah, I really loved how they left the Frozen Throne off with Arthas ascending the throne and doing the whole helmet thing, right? I really wanted to play WoW, but I just my family couldn't afford it. They probably could, but they just didn't see they didn't see the point of getting a subscription for me, you know. So I didn't get to play it. I just never thought it was a viable option for me to ask my parents to buy a WoW subscription for me. But when the Frozen Throne ended, I really wanted the story to continue. But I just didn't know how to get access to the game. I played a lot of Dota. I thought that Warcraft was really... The later campaign missions for Warcraft 3 were really difficult. And I cheated my way across the campaign because I got sick of building a base for every level that I had to play the campaign. But man, the cutscene for Arthas ascending that throne was legendary. And then they had like worldwide events, right? Like when Cataclysm, I remember when Cataclysm came out, then like the entire Warcraft war got wrecked, and then there were chasms that appeared in the ground and everything. It was so cool. So how do I work out the mana UI right here? Gotta split it as well. Let me figure out how I can do that. So probably I wanna stretch the anchor. Maybe 20% of the screen would be a good target. So if I did that, then everything here is center aligned. Then the question becomes, how do I shift this orb a little bit to the right? Because if I make this 0.1, I think it's a very good value here, about 0.05. So this must stretch as well. So minus the overlay, and then reserve aspect, reserve aspect. Oh man, I fell asleep playing Diablo 4, man. Yeah, Like Diablo 3 was actually really good. I found it really good, even though it made everything easier. And Diablo 4 is just, it's just like drinking water, you know, like everything just feels very mundane. You're just always pressing the same button. They took away the excitement that Diablo 3 had, but then they didn't give anything back. It was just, I don't know how to describe the game. It was just like drinking water for me. Like I was just killing some wolves in Diablo 4 and I fell asleep and never played the game again. Maybe for the orb here it's best you need to not split the anchor for this thing here. So that I can introduce like say a fixed width for it, because the anchor is being split horizontally. Then I can introduce maybe a little offset. Oh. I don't know how I should do this part. It's a little takes a little bit of thinking, it's for sure. Hi Kane Dog, it's nice to see you around again. I only played Warcraft 3. I bought Warcraft, or well, bought Warcraft. There was a lot of piracy during that era, right? I had a legitimate copy, but I also, because I had multiple computers. Because my uncle had a computer, and then I didn't have Warcraft on my own computer, and it could only run on one computer, you see. So I resorted to other means to get Warcraft on my other computers as well. But I only played Warcraft 3, and the reason I played Warcraft mainly was for Dota, because I really like playing Dota a lot. It's crazy about the game. If I close the anchor over here, what does that give? So set the wave to 100. I guess I can't split the anchor on the this thing, huh? I'm just gonna have to give it a fixed width and height. Otherwise, the orbs to the side just don't really work that well, you know? I'm with the gang, faster I'm shooting, big bullets will spray. Slurped up the dip, we're slurping today. You slurping. And then the orbs at the side. Do not redeem the B&B. I'm begging you please. I'm down on my knees. Do not redeem. Think of my village, think of my seed. The token you need. Many rupees, so many dollars. Do not redeem and give me them profits. Many rupees, so many dollars. Do not redeem and give me them profits. The opposite the side as well a little bit tricky, because if I set the anchor value like this, does that work for different screen sizes? That's my main concern right here, is to make sure that everything works for all the screen sizes. And if it doesn't, then it kind of defeats the purpose of the whole UI redesign.
Down on my knees, do not redeem. Think of my village, think of my seed. The token you need, many rupees. So many dollars, do not redeem. Ain't giving them profits, many rupees.
So another option I have is to set everything to be a fixed width or like horizontally. Not sure if that'll work. That's King Dog, that's for the farming RPG, right? If I'm not wrong, Jonathan is gonna work on he's gonna release a weather system moving forward. But I have very little to no visibility of what he works on for the farming RPG series, so you're gonna have to wait for updates on this part. And he doesn't stream, you know, like me, so the updates are gonna have to come from like the channel, the posts tab of our channel. Then he posts there whenever he has updates. How do I get this to be responsive? And I really don't like that the mana orb doesn't resize dynamically. So if I make this not have a static location, like, say if I place it here, and then if I stretch this vertically, if I stretch this vertically, then I can also place this. If this is 100 pixels, this still becomes smaller and smaller screens, right? But can't have any kind of split anchor for this mana UI.
Late at night, me and the bros,
Which is quite unfortunate.
sipping whiskey, strumming on a guitar. Had no plans, no place to go, but we heard about a treasure hidden in the stars. Yeah, we waited Twitter, me and the crew, hunting for likes and retweets too, screaming hashtags, causing quite the fuss, tapping on keyboards, raising some hell with a buzz. Oh, the tweets we share, the trolls we fall, in a world of hashtags.
Yours says weather changes throughout the day instead of just when the next day happens, so I had to think more about it. If you have if you need any input from us, you can drop a message on our forums and Jonathan will get back to you. You can share your quotes and you can let him know what you can drop your quotes there and explain a little bit if you have any issues about what is plaguing you, and then he will be happy to help you if you need it.
I'm frogging on him. You frogging on him. We frogging on him. Who frogging on him? I pull, pustache. It's frogging on him. He's frogging on him. One step, two step, he steps, you step. Let's get to frogging on him. Feeling froggy and leap on over to apple.com. Let's get to frogging.
I'm sure there are certain configurations where this doesn't really work.
I trust Jim Jones, I trust 5G, I trust the plan. You cartoon frogs, mushroom head and bellows, too fuck yeah. We frogging on them. Real, I said real more real. Fuck the Gladius, that chart is flat. Two different frogs. If you know, that's where to be. Good morning, friends. We frogging on them. APU at Apostasia is frogging on them. You frogging on them. We 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 frogging on them.
But why is the ops shrinking? That's what I don't understand. Because the anchors are not split, so the ops width and height shouldn't shrink.
Let's get to frogging on them. Feeling froggy, then leap on them with apple.com. Let's get to frogging on them. Got a real flat carrot. If you know what I mean.
Is it because it stretches?
I trust Jim Jones, I trust 5G, I trust the plan. You cartoon frogs, mushroom head and bellows too. Fuck yeah. We frogging on Real. I said Real. Fuck Valenti, it's that chart is flat. Two different frogs. If you know that's where to be. Good morning, friends. We frogging.
Alright, it's great to hear.
Apostasia is frogging on them. We're frogging on them. We frogging on them. Apostasia is frogging on them. We 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 more real. We're more real. We more real. We're more real. We frogging on them. I said we're more real. Fuck Valenti, it's that chart is flat. Two different frogs. If you know that's where to be. Good morning, friends. We frogging on them. Apostasia is frogging on them. Apostasia is frogging on them. But Apostasia is frogging on them. But Valenti is that chart is flat. Two different frogs. If you know that's where to be.
Why is the mana UI shrinking and expanding?
Apostasia is frogging on them. Apostasia is frogging on them.
When a definite width and height is set. Is it because of the scale screen size? It's the scale of screen size that is causing problems. If I don't do the scale with screen size thing, the whole bang with the mana actually gets fixed. And if I split the anchor now, does that cause any problems? Yeah, fixing bugs actually are a great way to improve yourself as a programmer. That's 100% agreement with that.
A green froggy with big eyes beaming, but your youthful spirit quickly went viral, capturing our souls with risk so vital. Apu, you're one of a kind, more than a meme, a piece of our mind. Helper, Apostasia, naive but wise, our dearest friend.
Hey, so for the mana UI, right, I can actually fit the fill into just a small portion of section over here. Then I can squeeze in the excess orbs here inside. I think that can work very well. So that way, then you see we'll have this whole thing. Well, it's kind of working, but not really as well. Because when I shrink this, orbs don't really look that nice.
The crypto frontier, but to us you'll always be our best friend. So
I don't know if this is the I don't know whether this will be a futile attempt at trying to get this whole mana thing to work. Because when I try to preserve the aspect of the object, it kind of ruins everything, the layout and everything.
Hi there, do you like a boo? I think I like a boo. See the world the way I do, catch it. My brain's that way, trying to get my head straight. Which new coin should I impregnate? Do you ever stop and think? You ever stop and think? A boo can change your life in a blink, well at least that's what I think. We don't know each other, we're here for each other. What else do I need? We're not here for the greed. Days off to be a little retarded, but at least that's what my dad said. Eating some tendies in bed, while other tokens are in the red. We're gonna make some money, we're gonna make some money. So why won't you smile, at least for a little while? We'll never do this again, we'll never make these friends again. I don't want it to end, I don't want it to end. Not today, not today, no, 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 not today.
That worked if I put this very top. It's probably the best for the mana UI to be a fixed size. But then, of course, we scale screen size just to make sure that it's consistent anyway. If we do it scale with screen size, I think this solves the issue with the mana. Anyway, it's just occupying a very small area of the top left corner, so I think this will work fine. Got mana UI set up. Just gotta shift the positionings around some of the icons. And let's just lay out the hard UI as well. How should we do the hard UI? Hard UI has a fixed width and height as well, which probably isn't preferable. Can anchor it to the top left corner and offset it by how big is the mana UI again? 120 in width, 110. So this will be 230. 230.
You understand me? I'm full of nostalgia, I'm a falling frog. I wanna kiss all the ladies in the world.
getting the whole thing to be responsive is so difficult with this system. Because if the mana UI is not responsive, I can't possibly make the rest of the stuff here responsive. 590.
Pool in the cup, we run this shit. Depth the rug puller, got caught in the pit. Grab your bags, we're taking off. No delay, all those janitors watch. We're here to stay. Aim hard into our blue cold way, motherfuckers. Those six suckers don't even have a bag. They're just suckers. Higher highs, higher lows. We decide our fate. With the booth by our side, we dominate the stage. Friends forever, we don't fuck around. Apu calling Ray, standing on solid ground. Dev try to pull a move, but he's just a janitor. With Apu in control, we're the true creator. Which friend are you, friend? Make your choice. In Apu we trust, we raise our voice. Rolling with my homie Pepe.
Let me revisit the UI again later on. Let's get the mana to work first. So the health definitely works. The mana stuff, maybe not so much. Mana stuff can afford to be a little smaller. 100 and 100 should be nice. Then we can afford to move it up a little bit more. Move it left. A bit more as well. Same to the hearts. 420. Well, I can actually just stretch the heart like that, so that it goes fully responsive. So it just stretches across the entire section here. And then we have a little left, pushing things to the left a little bit. So let's get the code for the mana UI working as well. We have a health UI script here, and now the objective is to create a mana UI script. UI mana.
Hey Dad, I love you. You're the most important person to me forever. I took your money, yes I took a lot of your money, and I put it all into Apu. I just want you to be proud. I just want you to be proud. If 15K is not worth like 2 or 3 anymore, in fact it's looking like it'll be worth more. Thank you for everything that you did for me. I hope I can pay you back for eternity. I love you, Dad. I love you, Dad.
So it's gonna extend UI screen. This is gonna be held to write an article for later on. Start with update. Let's see how the UI health script handles the health. Health per unit is 2. The UI mana stuff probably requires us to handle the fields of the extra orbs as well.
Again with glee, who the fuck is selling at these prices? Friends won't be friends, no compromises. Utility is a bad meme, we say. I blew up a star, draw lives in my head.
Oh man, but the field is separate from the orb itself. Is there a way for me to, because the field is here, if I can move the field over here, maybe that makes things easier for me. Big circle here. So if the field is on the orb itself, that's gonna make things easier for me. Actually, same here, right? If I put the field here, field is right here, then I don't need the field here. So then I'll just have the overlay. And this thing here will just fill up field itself. Fill. I'll take out. Oh, this is actually very nice. And I can make the effect color white as well. And the overlay can also be white. This is wrong one. Overlay here is white. If it's white, that means it's gonna fade. White effect is really nice. Maybe I don't need outline. I have no outline here. It's just gonna be just thing here filling itself up. This is dark. It's gonna be the ball filling up. And this works great. So we remove the outline, and the overlay is gonna be the one that provides the background as well as. So when it's cracked, this is going to become the broken circle like this, and then the fill will just always go to 0.5. So looks great, as well. And I'll apply the same changes to the orbs here as well. So the orbs going to not have an outline. The overlay is the one that's going to have the outline, and the orb itself is going to be filled. Vertical. And of course, aspect has to be preserved. Same for orb number 2. Orb number 3 will be gain field is gone. Add an image here. Circle. And preserve aspect. No outline. And overlay is still the same. You all have to. Overlay can be just simple, right? Doesn't have to be filled. So the filling part is just orb itself. Filled and vertical. So now we have a working interface. Buy mana. Grab an image over here.
Raise your cups up high, we sailing with the bird under the darkened sky with the yo-ho and a bottle of shocky rum. Applebee's the pirate, the kingdom he'll overcome from the Caribbean to the land of chocolate dreams. Applebee's crew is fierce, causing mayhem it seems, stealing all the treasures, making legends with their gold. Applebee's reign is eternal.
Then we have an array of cells.
Never gets old.
So the main mana UI is going to have the primary fill, which displays always one mana. We have the primary field and excess fields here. Out under mana UI. So the primary field is here. And the excess fields will be 1, 2, and 3. And then all we gotta do is update the primary fields and the excess fields, right? So the health UI here. UI manager has the Hi Nigel, thanks for the words of encouragement and support. Really appreciate your coming into the stream here to leave your kind words behind. I've said this many times. It was relatively difficult to. It was quite difficult for us to get this channel going because I think we are a niche where there are relatively few people who are who are interested in doing this. But it is because whenever we, after making videos for about a year, we have a lot of people like you who come in and show your support. That's why we're still trudging on. So today we are making just enough to break even. But in the first year or so, it was a little more difficult because I was just spending money to edit the videos and get people to edit the videos for us, and we were just putting money out and not getting a lot back in return. It's things a lot better now, and it's because of you guys showing your support. Even today, we're just breaking even, and it's just putting in time, and then like not exactly getting a lot out of it, but at least the spending part of things, it's not as crazy as in the beginning when I was just putting money in and not getting anything back. So thanks for the support. Thank you so much. Much appreciated.
Trumpets blaring, drums are pounding. Apple and his friends ain't clowning. Grab a partner,
Let's do the swing. We're gonna dance, have the best fling. Trumpets blaring, drums are pounding. Abu Apostasia and his friends ain't clowning. Grab a partner.
let's do the swing.
We're gonna dance, have the best fling. Did you know that your basted? His name was Palladius. Apu, did you know that the cheats tried to destroy your creation? Apu, did you know that your community wants nothing more than to see you fly, fly, fly? And when you bless up with your presence, you know that you make that big proud. The bots will dump, dump, dump. The cheats will sell, sell, sell. But the holders will win in the end. When we reach 10 billion market cap, we'd like to shake your hand. Apu, 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 we'd like to shake your hand.
Matika dia Sony round of the fire. On the road, watch it, just take control. Feel the rhythm, see you all lose all control. Watch the colors so they see the magic unfold. Project your strength will take us on a journey untold. We're flying through the stars, dancing on the breeze, floating through the night, no worries, no disease. The power of the road is like we're in a dream. Together we can conquer, in Telegram we stream.
I think this is the correct algorithm. Let me test this out. So ultimately I want the UI to update properly. And we have to find the part in our code that sets the mana. So we have excess mana being set here. And we also have mana being set. So but this is just getting mana set. We have excess mana being set as well. So right here, why are we using a delegate to change the health? I think it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Oh, actually, I was thinking about doing like a gold tier and a diamond. What do we have? Gold, platinum, diamond. Maybe a couple of other gemstones as well. I can think of a bunch of gemstones. It's definitely possible. I just don't know what. I just don't know what value I can provide to you guys. Hey, but if you wanna give me money, I'm not gonna. I'm sorry, man. I'm not gonna refuse. If you wanna give me more money, I will look into the tiers thing right away. So if we are just looking at adding tiers, it's just a matter of creating new badges for the new tiers. Alright, let me come up with something, you know, like, so if you're gonna be paying extra, I do want to give you some things in return as well. Let me just work out what those things would be, and then we can roll out the additional tiers. Thank you so much, Lucas. So what I'm looking at right now is like, I want to simplify the code for updating the UI of the health and the mana. On health changed. So how the health stuff is being updated now is the UI manager is we're adding the refresh function onto the UI manager. That's how it's getting the health updated. And maybe we have more direct way because the delegation of the health change thing is a little confusing. It's not the most straightforward way to do it.
I remember what Faji told me. He said Apu was holy, so Apu, can you point me to the means? I still keep him with me.
The most straightforward way to update the health and the mana would actually be to attach the player here, right? And we don't need the instancing as well.
I'm still praying for his safety and hoping he gets his milk so chalky, but hope only gets us from so far. This game of memes plays heavy on my heart, and VC memes have been cringe from the start. So I'll carry up around wherever I go. They say pressure makes diamonds, how the hell's that we're still so low? Now I've seen the future and I'm not lying, but this greatness, it's so blinding. Billions of market cap, we're destined if we keep on grinding. Keep the faith out through apostles, what awaits for you is gold.
Where else is the on health change delegate used? Is it used anywhere else? Health change. Because if it isn't used anywhere else, why do we have delegates there? Health changed. Health change is used in player control. It's used in hard control as well. So the good thing about delegates is that it makes everything very flexible in the future, because if we were to want to hook like different events on like health change and all that stuff, it makes it very easy for us to just add additional functions, and this update is the entire, you know, we can, because we have different charms and everything, right? So these delegates may actually be the best way to handle them. Well, changed. What are some charms that we have in Hollow Knight? The charms will be a great reason for having delegates, because if they're health-based charms, heals the bearer's health.
Next part will be the best yet. Next part will be the best yet. Tete-a-tete, but rather cast yet. And then I play to it. So cute, he's just a small green frog. We were sure we would see him top 10. And I still believe this, my friend. Holders will be rewarded, plan trusters will be getting hit. 5G set billion.
So realistically, we will also want to expand the functionality so that we can save the old values and the new values as well. So these will be like filters in a sense, right? So you can detect whenever the health changes, and this allows us to do things like reduce damage.
This next part will be best yet. My damn, I love a G'd up in the air again. I'll probably never care again about anything.
But I'm not sure these delegates are the best way to do it. Delegates just overcomplicate things at the moment.
I messed up off the milk and grilled chicken. That green frog, green frog, that little
It'll be easier for me to just connect to UI health and just make the changes from there.
green frog, that little frog, green frog, little green frog, little green frog. I'm on the lily pad chilling now. They say I look like a lumberjack. Felt like red, so I ordered a full rack. I am out of green, so I'ma go and get another sack. I blew a pistache. I possess a set of memes, it seems a lot of others lack. I come from a part where the pond is pretty and the ground grows roses. My pond got a lot of friends and some Jeets be overdosing. You can leave your car locked, cause your car might end up getting detailed 9 times out of 10. When we get pulled over, everybody in the truck is holding America, baby. Every kid here's a bubble or shady. Growing up poor in the pond is what made me. Green frog, the little frog, green.
We have 4 values and have changed.
Green frog, little green frog, little green frog. I'm on the lily pad chilling now. They say I look like a lumberjack. Feel like red.
We can include default values here as well. So previous health, hit 0 here and 0 here.
I possess a set of memes, it seems a lot of
This fixes the whole thing.
Hey, judge, boy, by his friends, and all of mine are frauds. They say you find your own level. Well, I'm a frog in the pond. But I can't help the things I do. I've always been attracted to Apu. Cheek grills, don't you know I like Apu? Cheek grills, don't you know I like Apu? Cheek grills, night after night buying Apu. Cheek grills, well you ain't supposed to do it, I will. I got a good reputation and a good attitude. 'Cause all I wanna do is something that I ain't supposed to do. Well, I can't change the things I love. I guess I'm just a victim of proof. Cheek thrills, don't you know I like Apu? Cheek thrills, don't you know I like Apu? Cheek thrills, night after night buying Apu. Cheek thrills, well you ain't supposed to do it, I will.
Let me make a quick run to the washroom. I'll be back in a while.
Só bate macaco, ele vai comprar. Confunho na favela, ele vai morar. Favela, vela, novela, pants again. Shit my pants again. My pants again. Shit my pants again. Shit my pants, my pants, my pants again. My pants again. Shit my pants again. Shit my pants, my pants. My pants again. Shit my pants again. In my pants again. Shit my pants. Shit my pants again. Shit my pants. My pants again. Shit my pants. Shit my pants again. Shit my pants again. Shit my pants. My pants again. Shit my pants. Shit my pants again. Shit my pants again. Shit my pants. My pants again. Shit my pants again. Shit my pants. Shit my pants again. Shit my pants. Shit my pants again. Shit my pants again. Shit my pants. Shit my pants again. Shit my pants. My pants again. Shit my pants. Shit my pants again. Shit my pants. Shit my pants. Shit my pants again. Shit my pants. My pants again. Shit my pants again. In my pants again. Shit my pants. My pants again. Shit my pants. Shit my pants again. In my pants again.
In the wake of darkness, feeling lost in despair, betrayed by those we trusted, it seemed like no one cared. But from the ashes a new hope would rise. The Apu Saga's defining chapter, it took us by surprise. The revival, the strength from within, our one council, the ones who'd never give in. Working in secrecy, their motives fueled by love. They laid the foundation for a story told from above. Working tirelessly with a sense of urgency, the Apu High Council, heroes they would be. With 5G as the leader, a beacon in the
Hey Lucas, I'm back. I am thinking about how to implement the UI updates in the most flexible way. So right now the way the UI is implemented is a little bit overcomplicated, and I don't think that's the best thing. Like the UI manager, right? What is it doing? You know? So I have half a mind to obsolete the UI manager because it's not really doing much of anything, you know? It is just handling the switching of the states and then linking the player controller over to the health UI, which it's not a lot of code. So if it doesn't do a lot of stuff, then there is no reason for it to exist, fortunately. So maybe we can obsolete the UI manager as well. What I was thinking when I was in the washroom. So there is a store for the dev screen. And it allows us to switch the mana. But then why don't we have a separate script for the dev screen then? Does it make sense? No, it doesn't make sense at the moment. So that UI health can just So UI manager for now is just the store for this will be mana UI. Let me just remove the on health change function. This overcomplicates things way too much for me to like it. So we can just go to the instance and then access the health UI and just do a refresh here. So much easier. You know? So much easier to do this. So we can just UI manager instance. Let's create some static functions here. So this public static update health UI. Health. So this can just contain a shortcut for accessing the update health UI stuff. So instead of writing like such a long statement here, right? You just write update health UI. This, and it will do all the instance checks for us. So if the instance variable exists and health UI is set, we can do instance.health UI refresh health. That way we don't need to delegate, you know, it's overcomplicating things. So we can remove this part code and we can do away with delegate and make things easier for all of us. Delegate is just overcomplicating a simple thing. So here we can just UI manager, update health UI, much simpler, much less error prone as well. Same thing here, it's UI manager, update health UI. So we apply the same concept to the mana as well. We will have update mana UI here. This will be mana max mana. Excess mana and excess mix. And all of these are supposed to be floats, right? So the mana business is less straightforward here. This is all floats. Instance mana UI exists, and we will mana mix mana, test mana, test mix. So this stuff here, just same thing in the player controller. We find the section where the mana is updated and we just do what is needed. So mana is updated here, so instead of mana storage, we'll have UI manager update mana UI, mana mix mana, yes mana, then access mix mana as well. So no more mana storage stuff. So let's see where this leaves us. And remove mana storage as well. Let's go on. And it's probably gonna cause a couple of errors. Script. So let's see where these errors are. Today you have sushi. Sushi is nice. Sushi is well, I don't actually have a lot of sushi, but whenever I have them, the rice is very nice. Like they have, the Japanese have the best kinds of rice ever. They have all kinds of rice. But the sushi rice, like it's the very ball-like one, right? Those are very delicious. I meant to say the Indians have all kinds of rice. Japanese have one kind, but their one kind of rice is really nice. Sorry, I'm just rambling here right now. Okay, so where are the dates to the mana? For the mana to update, I will have to have mana UI here, and I'll have to assign mana UI to the UI manager as well. And get updates mana now. Fantastic. Can't heal because my health is full. But with right, it's great. So the excess mana is no excess mana items showing up. So somewhere my values are a little wrong for the UI mana script. So I'll just have to fix that. Excess max mana is less than or equals to I. My excess max mana is 0, right?
Do not redeem. Think of my village, think of my seed. The token you bitch, you bloody bitch. I leave you
Excess max mana units.
I leave dead in the street where shit. I don't need beef, but beef you can get. If you redeem, you receiving the tick. If you proceed, I'm claiming your gains and causing your pain. You bloody bitch, I'm with the gang. Faster I'm shooting, big bullets will spray. Slurp up the dick,
Excess
slurp it
max.
today. You slurp it tomorrow. I need to get paid. Do not redeem the B&B. I'm begging you, please. I'm down on my knees. Do not redeem. Think of
How many
village,
excess mana
think
units
of
do I
my
have? I have
seed.
one.
Token you need many rupees, so many dollars. Do not redeem and give me them.
So because of this, I have
so many dollars. Do not redeem.
one orb enabled, right?
Do not redeem. Think of my village and think of my seed. The token you bitch, you bloody bitch. I leave you a stitch. My bastards will hit. I leave you dead in the street where shit. I don't need beef, but beef you can get. If you redeem, you receiving the tick. If you proceed, now I'm claiming your gains and I'm causing your pain. You bloody bitch, I'm with the gang. Bastard, I'm shooting. The bullet will stray. Slurp up the dip. We're slurping today. You're slurp tomorrow. I need to get paid. Do not redeem the B&B. I'm begging you, please. I'm down on my knees. Do not redeem. Think of my village. Think of my seed. The token you need. Many rupees. So many dollars. Do not redeem. And give me them profits. Many rupees. So many dollars. Do not redeem. Give me them profits. Do not redeem. Think of my village and think of my seed. The token you bitch. You bloody bitch. I leave you in stitch. My bastards will hit. I leave you there in the street where shit. I don't need beef, but beef you can get. If you redeem, you're receiving the tick. If you proceed, I'm claiming your gains. Cause your pain, you bloody
So I don't have any
bitch.
excess
I'm
mana,
with the gang.
but
Bastard, I'm
this
shooting.
orb
Big
is
bullet will spray. Slurp up the dip. We're slurping
still
today.
showing up
We're
as failed.
slurping tomorrow. I need to get paid. Do not redeem. Now, cool community, so vibrant,
Excess fails.
spreading the word that dreams carry on. Laughter and bonds of family so true. But then came the night when the world turned askew. Oh, the night of betrayal, the great rubble. Lady us the devil dealt them a cruel blow. Friends, I'm rugged. Chilling words did flow, sending shock waves, their hearts filled with sorrow and woe. Panic took hold as the price crashed and burned. The trust they had built, so cruelly overturned. Accusations flew, the unity seemed lost. Drift in despair, counting the devastating cost. Oh, the night of betrayal, great rubble. Lady us the devil dealt them a cruel blow. Friends, I'm rugged.
Not getting any messages here, so this part here probably isn't running. Excess mana, because when the excess mana updates, probably the UI doesn't update that.
In a sleepy little town where the water's calm and still, there lived a little so quaint and chill. He hopped from lily pad to lily pad, playing his guitar, strumming gentle tunes, healing hearts from near and far. The townsfolk gathered round, captivated by his song. They felt the music's power, it made their spirits strong. Apu's melody
Right, now it fills up perfectly. So if I fill up my health, I expect the excess mana to drain. Wow, this is great. So if I get extra mana as well, this all should update. So let me just grab some extra. Let's grab one more extra mana. Oh, this should increase my max excess mana. But right now it doesn't update until I strike something. Not wrong. Now it updates. And fill amount here should always be set to 0. I think we have the mana system working now. And just gotta update the player controller so that when the excess mana is updated, we update the UI stuff as well. UI. Access. Update the mana UI once as well. Actually, we don't need this, right? Since whenever we update the mana, the excess mana updates as well. So let's leave this empty and instead let's move this over here. And I think that gets the mana system up. So the UI mana only has one function. And when I get extra mana, the UI should update as well. Let's just test this out. really like how the new mana system works. The way it builds up. You just heal up, and then see the excess mana drain into the main one. So the other thing I want to do as well, right, is I want the UI health to allow overflow as well. Like, so it's possible for you to have more than maximum health. Because in Hollow Knight, it's possible for the character to get more than maximum health if you pick up a certain pickup. If that makes sense. So I guess you can call that excess health, because it goes on top of the normal health that you have, right? Hollow Knight. There are charms that give you a blue health every time you Lifeblood Mask.
Fuck them non-friends, fuck the non-friends, cause I'm down for my friends. Fuck them non-friends, cause I'm down for my friends. Fuck them non-friends, I ride for my friends. I die for my friends, post GM for my friends. All those janitors and non-friends are down 99%. I'm the frog on the tank with the big fucking balls, and I can't stop laughing when the shit coin falls. I'ma make these friends big gains and good shipping. I flew in his friends forever, it was written. Fuck them non-friends, cause I'm down for my friends. Fuck them non-friends, cause I'm down for my friends. And everywhere I go, I got some friends with me. I am always down for my friends, and they stand with me. They posting GM with me. I put coin, the only thing you need, going 69 billion with speed while those not friends see. They'll have those red candle shit coin syndrome. They are selling in loss while dead is long gone. Make them bleed is the motto that I live by. If you fuck with friends, it's a must you die. Fuck them not friends, fuck them not friends, cause I'm down for my friends. Fuck them not friends, cause I'm down for my friends. Fuck them not friends, I ride for my friends. Ride for my friends only. G and my friends. 10 billion friends. 10 billion.
Temporary extra health. These blue masks. So we need to have excess health for the character as well, right? Max health limit. So
Swingers,
Let's
traders,
try.
and fellow friends.
extra health.
We stand on the precipice of the cryptoverse where fortunes are made with a click and legends born from memes. I speak not just of any coin, but of a pua pustaja
So we just have an extra variable called excess health. That
whose
helps.
value soars like the wings of Pegasus.
So one more variable called
Echo
excess.
through the corridors of
And
the
when
air.
we take damage, we first minus away
Was
the
it not
excess
a
health.
Pooh who dared to
Minus health.
challenge the snipers and Palladius? Was it not a Pooh who dared to challenge the FUD of bears? Yes, my friends, it was a Pooh. For he is just not a coin, but a symbol of the wild frontier of crypto. He who hold a Pooh hold the very essence of a meme economy. And with it, the power to shape the future. So let us raise our keyboard in solidarity and ride the waves of the blockchain with a Pooh coin as our mast. For today we hod, tomorrow we moon. And then once she got inside my house, she started like hugging me. She started hugging me and like saying things
Oh,
like,
damn it.
"Don't you know how to hack? Are you a hacker and stuff? I want to talk to you." And then she
Excess
started
health
hugging me
is
even
more
more.
than 0.
Oh man, that was a funny day. It didn't end that though, but yeah, she almost kissed me.
Hippity hip hop, ribbity rabbit, diggity dog, and yo yo yo. It's up straight out of Piccadilly Circus. This VC made, crafted by Wall Street. Humor is funny as an automated butt tweet. Apu gets the haters, they wanna see it fall. But you can catch me outside, we're gonna 1 billion, y'all. Apu
Yes.
leaping
Oh,
over Brett.
come on.
Community raised, you ain't seen nothing yet. Up to the
Damage.
top, ain't no time to fret. Here comes up a stoja, see you later. VC
Then
garbage
excess
threat.
health
Hitting up CMC ladder board like it's just a breeze. Brett be looking salty while I'm
minuses damage.
sipping on my milk, eating my chippies. Check the chart
Damage.
again. Brett is having
0.
another dippy. I pull up Pustaja, yeah, that's my name. Leaping over trash, it's all in the game. Brett dropping the soap, feeling all the pain. While I'm trending on it, scanner rising to fame. I pull up Pustaja, yeah, that's my name. Leaping over trash, it's all in the game. Brett dropping the soap, feeling all the pain. While I'm trending on it, scanner rising to fame. I pull up Pustaja, yeah, that's my name. Leaping over trash, it's all in the game. Breath dropping the soap, feeling all the pain. While I'm trending on its scanner, rising to fame. I pull up Pustaja, yeah, that's my name. Red Pulver never made it bar tweet. I pull up Pustaja, yeah, that's my name. Beep beep boop boop, beep beep boop boop, wee 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 wee. Beep beep boop boop, beep beep boop boop, wee 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 wee. Chocolate milk candies, Palladius, my chief villain and reverse walking boop boop. Trans wife, 1 billy, 1 trilly, 1 silly, silly wife. Apple walnuts is not gay, he likes girls' movies. Beep beep boop boop, beep beep boop boop boop, wee 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 beep beep boop boop, beep beep boop boop, wee 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 wee.
Ride top, we're rolling with the crew. Left, try to pull a move, but he's just through. Grab your bags, we're taking off, no delay. Up cool, coin to the moon, we're here to stay. All I want is chipping and badass gains. Sitting on our SUI stack, counting all the chains. Rolling with my homie Pepe, that's the vibe. Apu and Pepe, unstoppable ride. Ice out and Apu coin, that's the flex. $100 fees, we don't stress. Sitting on a mountain of success. Apu's in control, we're the best. 10 billion FUD, but we don't care. Apu's vision clear, we're going there. Those motherfuckers cope, we elevate. Apu coin reigns, ain't no debate. Death try to pull a rug, but he's just a fool. Apu's got the game, breaking every rule. We're legends in the making, it's our time.
Alright, have a nice nap, Lucas. I'll see you around. Good day to you too.
So grab your bags, join the flight. Apu's taking over.
Hey, same here. Thank you for your support.
Santiago's on the run, got a secret to conceal. Up his backside, there's who's that he cannot reveal. With every step he takes, he gets closer to Guantanamo. Latin beats playing in his heart. His ass soon to be stretched out like a yo-yo. Santiago, Santiago, running through the streets. Oh, Santiago, Santiago, the dirty thieving G's got a US beating up his backside. Crossing borders while packing fudgies on a wild ride. In the heat of the night, the Apu apostles begin to plan. Santiago scurries his feet, we're not even sure if he's a man. Argentina's his destination, where freedom lies in wait. But the moment he sells his Apu, he'll be put behind an iron gate. Hey, hey, hey. Santiago, Santiago, running through the streets. Oh, Santiago, Santiago, the dirty thieving G.
Let me see how this looks if I have, say if I have 2 excess health. This gives me 2 extra health fields. Excess health part is a little tricky. So if I had 10 health, and this is This is 10 health, but excess health isn't represented properly right now. What is the targeted item? Still 5. Even though if I have 10 health plus 2, this is 12. So that should be 6, right? Oh yeah, but the refresh doesn't take into account excess health, right? So if I take into account excess health, then we should have all the extra values here, right? 8 health. So I have 1 extra excess health here now, and the excess health values is supposed to be updated. So child count. Maybe I should calculate the excess units. So with the excess health times 1.0 divided by health.
In my house, so bow down to the king. I'm the frog, mean boss, ain't nobody pulling strings. Dev thought he was slick, but he got caught in the scheme. Now he's crying like a baby. Just
maybe I should have an excess health unit template here for the excess health, right? So that way I can create a template inside the health UI. And this will be excess health. We can just style it in a different way. It's gonna be blue. Maybe a light blue will be more accurate to Hollow Knight. And it works a little different because the excess health will not have filled, which means it's just gonna look like that. Right, so excess health will have a different template on itself. And it's gonna have one template right here, and I guess we just have to hide the excess health template.
Healing hearts from near and far. The townsfolk gathered round, captivated by his song. They felt the music's power, it made their spirits strong. Apu's melodies were like a soothing summer rain, bringing peace and harmony, washing away their pain. Apu, the frog king, with songs of love and peace, he brought the community together, all struggles would cease. With his soothing tunes, he won everything and more. Apu, the frog king, forever in their hearts he'd soar.
It's clear that we are on an exponential rise. Holders we gap with many eyes peering in nefarious talks and smoke-filled rooms. This part of the plan may seem simple, but requires some effort from all of you. As new entrants start trickling into the TG, we must bring them up to date on the law, lingo, and narratives, whilst instilling in them our general attitude. We need to move as a unit, or else things start to crumble. We become a Miko and solely about charts and money to where we are. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So if we have new entrants coming in and cussing out peppy people, they need to be corrected, because we love Peppy and the holders, and that'll only sour things between our communities. Instill raid mentality and a feeling of no shame. We have to move methodically and fully trust that the plan with blind faith. At some point it'll be out of all of our hands, but while we are still sub 10K holders, we must ensure we establish cultural roots. With some filled roots. This part of the plan may seem simple, but requires some effort from all of you. As new entrants start trickling into the TG, we must bring them up to date on the law, lingo, and narratives, whilst instilling in them our general attitudes. We need to move as a unit, or else things start to crumble and we become a Miko. It's solely about charts and money too early on. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So if we have new entrants coming in and cussing out Peppy people, they need to be corrected, cause we love Peppy and their holders, and that'll only sour things between our communities.
Little stuck with how to code the blue health now. That's the last thing that we'll need to fix before we can move on to creating article. Oh man, I didn't think that we have to record health UI. Need a little inspiration right now. I'm not getting any not sure how to do it, how to build it on top of our existing setup.
Me and him was paying those charts, talking tendies and milk Gosman and L Bank. I said after we got it made, we Got Tyson tendies and a hell of a full plate. I ain't ready to go today, but when the time comes and if I had it my way, I'd be on a lake like glass, sitting on a lily pad, just my friends and me. Or maybe on my phone, checking out what tendies that I wanna get from Uber Eats. Or maybe on a private jet plane, laid back with Ashby's hand to hold this song on the radio. That would be a hell of a way to go. I remember thinking that day I couldn't picture after going any other way. Someday when he gets old, I can only hope, when the good Lord calls him home, he'd be sitting on lake like glass on a lily pad, just his friends and me. Maybe on his phone, checking out what tendies he wants to get from Uber Eats. Or maybe on a private jet plane, laid back with Ashby's hand to hold this song on the radio. That would be a hell of a way to go.
So we'll have to update this health system here to be able to handle extra health as well. But I'll have to remove the excess part temporarily. So this means excess infinite template. I have to move it somewhere else while computing the regular health and add it back afterwards.
My upper brings all the G to
Yeah.
the end ain't right. It's better than yours. He
Go
can
on.
teach you, but he'd have to charge. It's the upper that keeps them coming back for more. He pours the chai so smooth and frothy, blending flavors, it's a work of art. He's got the spices, the secret recipe. One sip and it'll warm your heart. My upper brings all the G to the yard, and ain't right, it's better than yours. He can teach you, but he'd have to charge. It's the upper that keeps them coming back for more. My upper brings all the G to the yard, and ain't right, it's better than yours. He can teach you, but he have to charge. It's the upper that keeps them
Probably have to have a list track all the excess health items as well. Means effect.
Jump up and down is the sound. I pull up beside ya. We're gaining ground, moving and grooving. Feel the beat. Together we dance in this city street. Hands in the air, let's show we care. I pull up beside ya, brings us all here, spinning and twirling, spreading cheer. We're the ones who make change appear. We're the ones who make change appear. I pull up beside ya.
depths of darkness when our hope was lost. A resilient spirit, a phoenix to emboss the Apu community, shaken to the core, discovered their strength, a power to adore. Rise up, the Apu revival, shining a light through the shadows, so vital, united as one. They'll conquer despair with unwavering faith, a future they'll dare. The Apu High Council, heroes in disguise, work tirelessly, their efforts well eyes. Led by 5G, a beacon of hope, they rallied the faithful, helped them to cope. Rise up, the Apu revival, shining a light through the shadows, so vital, united as one. They'll conquer despair with unwavering faith, a future they'll dare. Whispers of their names, a mystery untold, but their actions speak a story unfold.
I'm frogging on them. You frogging on them. We frogging on them. Who frogging on them? I pull a pustaja. It's frogging on him. He's frogging on him. One step, two step, he steps, you step. Let's get to frogging on him. Feeling froggy, then leap on over to apple.com. Let's get to frogging on him. Got a real flag carrier. If you know what I mean, we frogging on him. I trust Jim Jones, I trust 5G, I trust the plan. You cartoon frogs, mushroom head and bellows too. Fuck yeah, we frogging on him. Real, I said real more real. Fuck Palladius, that chart is flat. Two different frogs. If you know, that's where to be. Good morning, friends, we frogging on them. APU, Apostaja is frogging on them. I'm frogging on them, frogging on them. Apostaja is frogging on them. Frogging on them, we 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 frogging on them, who frogging on them? Apostaja is frogging on them. Apostaja is frogging on them. Apostaja is frogging on them. One step, two step, he steps, you step. Let's get to frogging on them. Feeling froggy, then leap on over to apple.com. Let's get to frogging on them. Got a real flag carrot. If you know what I mean, we frogging on them. I trust Jim Jones, I trust 5G, I trust the plan. You cartoon frogs, mushroom head and bellows too. Fuck yeah, we frogging on them. Real. I said real more real. Fuck Palladius, that chart is flat. Two different frogs. If you know, that's where to be. Good morning, friends, we frogging on them. APU, Apostaja is frogging on them. We're frogging on them. We frogging on them. Apostaja is frogging on them. We 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 more real. Memorial. We more real. Memorial. We frogging on them. I said real more real. Fuck Palladius, that chart is flat. Two different frogs. If you know, that's where to be. Good morning, friends, we frogging on them. Apostaja is frogging on them. Apostaja is frogging on them. But Apostaja is frogging on them. But Palladius, that chart is flat. Two different frogs. If you know, that's where to be. Good morning, friends, we frogging on them. Apostaja is frogging on them. Apostaja is frogging on them. But Palladius, that chart is flat. Two different frogs. If you know, that's where to be. Good morning, friends, we frogging on them. Apostaja is frogging on them.
Whales are gone, so are the jeets. A solid base is forming to be financially free. Devil's base, burning tokens for me. Billions of apple burn to annihilate the jeets. A lot
a little stuck on this at the moment. I'm gonna be ending the stream for today. I'll come back to this on my own time tonight. A little stuck with how I should put the excess health. Once this is done, then we will move on to writing the article for part 13, and the video for it should be out shortly. So let me see if I can do another stream later this week. If I'm gonna do it, it's probably gonna be a nighttime stream. And if I do that, it's going to be a stream where I'm doing writing. We'll figure out the logistics for the next stream, but I wanna fix this off stream. I just gotta go and take a walk now to work out how I'm gonna implement this. So I'll see you all the next stream. Hopefully it's this week. We'll figure out the I'll figure out the timing for this. As usual, thanks for your support, and